Hi, my name is Ro Klein.
And this is Debbie Pachel.
And this is Tennis Chatter. So last week we went to the Citi Open. We went 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I filmed a vlog, so make sure to check that out. Maybe I'll put the link in the description. But make sure to check it out. But we just want to talk about everything that happened. Because in the vlog I feel like I just filmed things and it was just a lot happening at once. So what are your overall thoughts?
So for me, it was really interesting because I've only been to the U.S. Open and Carrie leads in your school matches. So watching the in the smaller stadiums where it's very intimate, to be that up close and listen to the coaches encourage their players and actually hear the players when they mutter to themselves and curse. I found that incredibly interesting and a different perspective. What about you?
Well, yeah, I haven't been to the U.S. Open in 5 years, and that's also the only other tennis tournament I've been to. So it was really cool to finally be at a tennis tournament and being able to go to as many courts. Basically, each day we were there for 10, 11, maybe 12 hours. And it was really, really, the weather was awful. It was really, really hot. We both got burnt. We were, worried about getting heat stroke. We saw people getting heat stroke. And then it was also raining. So it was just, the weather is awful. But it was a good time because it was really great what did it say?
Where is the Citi Open? In Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So,
They knew where the Citi Open is.
Okay, so what did you think of both Simona Halep and Taylor Fritz had trouble staying in the matches because of the weather being so intense, right?
Well, if I was a player, I'd do the same. I mean, just sitting there, I'm getting dying. So I can't imagine playing. I would, if I didn't retire, I would just be bad. The weather was way too hot. But what I was just saying is, despite the weather, it was so much fun to spend all day doing that, and it was a good experience. And sometimes that happens, good experience. Sometimes the weather gets in the way, but it doesn't diminish it, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, I actually think it was an experience, and having gone through that and kind of seeing what it must be like for the players, right? Because it was incredibly hot, and then there were rain delays, and we all ran indoors, and everybody's waiting till the rain stops, and then they take these huge squeegees and try and dry out the courts. And then the other thing for me, I think, is that I, being sort of that close, realized how hard the players are hitting and how fast the balls are going. And I don't think I have that. I think I didn't appreciate that as much until I was sort of seeing it up close and personal.
Yeah, I mean, on TV it just looks normal, but in person it did look a lot faster, I would say. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've watched these people on TV so much that seeing them in person just felt very normal. It was weirder when we saw players just walking casually, because if they're not going to or from a match, once in a while you'll see players just walking casually, and you're just it's just okay, they're I saw that with Jack Sock, I saw that with Korda, I also saw Renee walking out by himself, but it's just it's weird to just see them being more casual.
I forget which match were we watching, and then we realized that, and it wasn't a big stadium. It was Pierre. How do you say his name? The French.
Pierre.
And
it was a doubles match, and one of the teams were French, so I guess he was just sitting there.
But he was just sitting in the stands with people. So
I know.
It was kind
people
of bizarre.
were kind of around him, being isn't that guy? Is it me or?
Yeah, and then at one point I was in the stadium, and you were not with me at this moment. And Jack Sock and his wife came in, and I think it was maybe when they were watching Curios. I don't remember, but then they were just trying to be spectators and watch the match. And then some guy kept bringing his kids over to take pictures, and I felt bad for them because this is a moment for them to try and just be a normal spectator. It's not like after their match where they're signing balls. And I did feel that was kind of an infringement on their privacy. But, you know, I'm sure the kids were thrilled. So, and I'm sure they're probably used to it a little bit. But you got a couple of autographs, right?
Yeah, so I got the woman who ended up winning the singles title. I got her autograph.
Samsonova, is that how you say
Yeah,
it?
I think when she won, I think it was the maybe it was a round of 16 match, but I also got whoever she played that day. I think it was that Thursday, so I think it was a round of 16. And then I also got Rublev's signature. So I only got 3 signatures. I try to get more, but like it's really hard because like you gotta like push in the front, and they like sign kids more, and it's just like it's hard. But I mean, it was also cool seeing like Nick Kyrgios play a lot in person because that was some player that we watch a lot on TV but never saw play in person. We have met him before. When I say meet, like I got his signature, isn't like I had a conversation with him. But I was great that he won both the singles and the doubles.
Yeah.
Even though we weren't there for that match. But
yeah. So it was super, super hot. So we kept buying waters. Like that's all we kept doing was buying cold waters. And then because it's the Citi Open from Citibank and I have a Citi card, we did get special access to like a Citibank lounge. So we got like 10% off on merchandise and food, and we could get food there. And they had a concert one day, but we missed it. And then during one of the rain out periods, they actually had Riley Opelka come in and they did a Q&A with him.
he didn't sign my ball. I tried when he was walking out of it.
Oh my God,
I
he
was
was
standing
so
there
far
just by
away from
myself.
you.
Nobody just looked at me and kind of like shook his head. No.
Yeah, he had just done the Q&A and you were like a mile away from him and you
No,
weren't
but
running
like
with
it
him.
was just me. Like there was no reason he couldn't come over and be like, "Let me just sign this
Why
one
should
person's
he go
ball."
out of his way? You weren't.
Because
near him.
I'm a fan.
You didn't run up.
I'm
to
a
him.
fellow
You
American.
were, you know, a mile away, so I did not blame him. I did not blame him. And then there were other times where it's like, oh, and so there was the whole, I forget what they call, but it was like the fitness center for the athletes.
The player arena.
Yeah, so some people, so they would like go there before and after their matches. It was air conditioned and there was like equipment and stuff for them, fitness equipment. And so some people were trying to like hang out by there to get their autographs when they would come and go from there. Yeah, but you know, I think even if the weather had just been like 10 degrees cooler, it would have been great. And we did see like during the Korda Dimitrov match where somebody, like they had to stop play because somebody actually fainted or something from the heat in the stands. So
You laugh when you say that, though.
well, I only laugh because I actually was very impressed because Sebi Korda, as they call him, he actually like right away volunteered some of his cold waters from his refrigerator and his like ice pack that he puts around the neck. So kudos to your mom for raising you right and knowing how to help out a person in need, Sebi. And it was like great to watch a lot of great tennis. And so we were kind of like going back and forth between the matches because we wanted to catch everything.
We saw a lot of people play, though, I feel like.
Yeah, and the one thing I did really like about the Citi Open, it was a 500 event for the men and a 250 event for the women, but I did like being able to see both men and women play.
Yeah, I mean, like by the time we got there, Venus had gotten out, Sloane gotten out, Sophia got out. It was weird because then one day we saw Sophia like practicing, but
Oh yeah, like I forgot, that's cool. They still let them practice even after they'd been knocked out. So that was kind of cool, seeing them on the practice courts.
yeah. Anything else to say?
Nope, just really looking forward to the U.S. Open and, you know, watching Montreal and Toronto this week and a lot of upsets there, you know, a lot of first seed, second seed.
Cincinnati's next week.
Yep. So we'll be back to you with another installment.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll film some of the U.S. Open because the week before they have like players practices or whatever. So maybe I'll try to go to those and just like look around or something, see who's practicing. And we're going this September 3rd and 4th, I think.
Yeah, but whatever that second weekend is, the third round. The third round.
Third and fourth round.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll do a vlog of that. And this time I'll hold the camera at a better angle because I was holding it like literally up my nose. And
I think the exciting thing for me now is that I'm more involved. I know who the players are. Like, I know more players, more than I did
players. Like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'd be cool if we were going like the first few days of the US Open because there's just so much happening. But hopefully there's still a lot happening when we go.
Yeah. I'm also, I get a little, like, when there's too much in the beginning, it's like I don't know which match to see. There's almost like too many choices. So,
yeah, I mean, I think that's the difference between these, like we say for like the Cincinnati and like this week with Toronto or Montreal, like the matchups are crazy. Like, oh my God, they're all hard rounds, blah, 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 blah. But this, it's like, starts with around 128. So there's going to be like a lot of matches like you wouldn't necessarily care about because you're like, I don't care about these people.
I mean, think about Emma Raducanu. She was a qualifier last year. I mean, I don't know if that was history in the making. I forget. But she was a qualifier
who then won the tournament.
Open. So that's like unheard of. And who knows? There are people.
Now it's not unheard of.
Yeah, so now there are people who probably saw her in their qualifier matches who never thought in a million years she would end up where she is.
Well, when you think about 128 people to start out with, it's so many people.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's true. And now I kind of feel bad because the pressure's on her.
People who get to the first round make like $70,000 or something. Just by getting to the first round, you could lose your first round match. We get like $70,000. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, the prize money is much better for the majors. Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's equal for both men and women. That's the thing for all the ATP and WTA. It's not equal, even if it's about like even though that this is both 1,000. I still think the men would make more than the women. But the majors are the only thing that's equal for both the men and the women.
You're 100% right. For this week, it's both the National Bank. And the men are in Toronto and the women are, wait, no, do I have that reversed? The men are in Montreal and the women are in Toronto.
Yeah.
And the men are making like double what the women are. So there's still not a lot of equity in pay for the women in sports.
Thank you guys for listening. Please check out the vlog if you haven't because you'll probably see more there. We will hopefully have at least a few more episodes before the US Open, but comment below if there's anything you want to listen to us talk about. Thank you. I'm Raul Klein.
And this is Debbie PHL, and wishing you a good weekend.
Okay. Tennis chatter. Goodbye.